Well, it's a good story. The first year in existence, we played at Pensacola Junior College, and that was our first ever, back into professional baseball. It'd been like 50 years, and so they brought it back. And so that year, I did all the field work for the team. After I coached at Pensacola Junior College, so I was already there, and so it's kind of like a one-man field crew, if you will. Um, and then I guess it was 2005. They had moved to West Florida, so they could, get a little bit more crowd, and I think they needed to sell alcohol, and we couldn't do it at Pensacola Junior College, so that was another part of it. But so at that year, I was the pitching coach. I worked with Bernie Carbo, who was he's in the Red Sox Hall of Fame. So that was entertaining. Well, from the professional part of it, it couldn't be any better. I know there's a lot of people that go throughout the whole Panhandle that go over and watch the Wahoos play in the summer. I go at least once a summer, seems like, and so it was my first time this summer, and the state of that group is as good as it's been. It was a fantastic crowd, a lot of energy. They put a lot of effort into the whole experience. Quint Studer and his wife are wonderful people, and they love the Northwest Florida, love Pensacola, and so they really try to put a great product out there every night. So when you go watch a game, obviously you're watching the game, but you're also getting entertainment value with just the whole setup, the stadium, the different things that they do as the game goes along. It's a really neat experience over there. Well, one of the big goals for us at junior college is to help our players. They come to us for a variety of reasons, and sometimes they just didn't get the opportunity they were looking for right out of high school at the Division I level. And so they come to junior college and they continue to work, improve their skills, work on their craft, to do their grades, and then hopefully, someone would see that they've improved and then have an opportunity to recruit them and then sign at a four-year school. So we have guys who've done that. So we do it every year. I think this year we had 14 guys. And so when we go to the highest level, and the two that you're referring to, Dylan DeLucia and Reagan Burford, both were with us last year, and then this year they were at Ole Miss, and were big factors in their success. Reagan was playing infield and played quite a bit throughout the year, and then Dylan DeLucia, pitcher, wound up being the MVP of the whole tournament. So they all worked on their craft and their skills and got better while they were here. So that's the big part of why we do what we do, is to help them do that. And it's great to see those guys on TV and performing at the highest level that they can in amateur baseball. Well, it starts with having a school that values athletics, and Northwest Florida State College has always valued athletics. I have worked for probably at least 4 different presidents in my 15 years, and all of them valued athletics and wanted us to be good. Our current president, Devin Stevenson, I would say has even taken that to another level. He was instrumental in helping us improve our facilities out there, with a place that we can now practice when the weather's bad, when it's raining, for both baseball and softball. And so you don't get that kind of commitment from the college if the leadership from top down doesn't have an interest in us being good. So it starts with that. The other thing that goes along with it is I take credit for really hiring great assistant coaches, and that's the key to the drill, because you have to get good players in your program to do the things you mentioned. Well, you have to have good coaches on staff that go out and kind of beat the bushes and make the phone calls and watch these kids as they're in high school and travel baseball and things like that. And so we've been very blessed to have really good assistant coaches. So that's the thing that I've done well as a recruiter, is I've recruited really good coaches. Brad Powell and Michael Wood are my two assistants at the moment, and have just done a fantastic job continuing our program, at the level that it is. When you get to the higher levels of baseball, whether if it's college, whether it's professional baseball, there really has to be a true commitment to the game almost on a daily basis. And so we look for the guys that are playing in high school, playing these travel ball tournaments that we go watch, just something to show us this may be different than the rest. And that could be just the passion and energy sometimes to which they go out and play the game, their position, and stand out. It could just be simple things like hustling on and off the field, running ground balls out if they're a hitter, and maybe they're even out, maybe they're out, but yet they're still sprinting as hard as they can and showing us. So what that does is it shows us the love that they have for the game. Everybody will talk a good game, and talking's great, but by showing us those things, maybe if it's a pitcher, showing us that they can overcome some adversity, because our game is built on that. There's always things that don't go our way. Do they have the composure? Do they have the mental capacity to overcome some of the stuff that goes on in a game? And so we look for those little things. And those guys that possess some of those talents there I just mentioned, those are the guys you want to coach, because that they're going to be with you every day, and they're going to try to get better, and they're going to be coachable. They're going to have a passion and love for the game. We're up at our field every day, so we want to surround ourselves with players who don't just like baseball, who maybe have just played it through Little League and growing up and high school because that's what they've always done, and they just assume they're supposed to continue to play it when they get to college. So, that's not, we want the guys that love it, that are interested in learning and are open-minded to new and different things, and they want to go out and try to apply that and even sometimes do it on their own, and so those are the guys that we want, and those are the guys that we are successful with in our program. Yeah, well, we'll start school here coming up in a few weeks, and in junior college we actually have a little scrimmage season in the fall, so we're going to get our guys out on the field in September and have a little fall program in September and October. We'll have some scrimmages even against other teams. Got a few home games, so those that are watching this, if they're interested, they can go on our website and kind of look and see our schedule and when we play, and it's free of charge. You can come out and watch us. We practice pretty much daily in the afternoon, and they can also come out at any time and watch us practice. That's fine, free of charge. Sit up in the bleachers and kind of get a look for themselves about what college baseball is about. So the spring is a ways away, and there's probably no light right now in the tunnel. They always say there's light at the end of the tunnel, and we're getting to see it. Probably where we are right now, it's dark, okay? But, it's always the darkest before the light, as they say. And so that's probably where we are right now in the tunnel. But at the end of the day, we're going to work on putting a good product out there, work hard in the fall, so in the springtime we're ready to go, and we're excited about it.
Perfect. That's all I got.